Hey, what's up, guys? We're back, and for today's video, I'm going to be continuing my blitz grind to 2300. So let's just get started. I think I'm just going to play one game today, and maybe in the future I'll experiment with playing a few more of Slash Arena. So I'm playing against Cantori Poeta, 2390, so very strong player. I do have one game against this player, it looks like, which he won, so let's see if we can get our revenge. Let's play E3 here. D5, I get into my main lines, but no, he goes A6 instead. And here I place C4. After there, knight here. Point being, after this, I'm happy jumping my knight into D4. Here, D4 is the move, E4 and D5 is the end of my prep. If he chooses to take, I think I could take either with the pawn or the knight. Okay, here we play D5. And if he takes, I take back. And after C takes, my point is after queen takes C3, I'm on that, and I'm threatening to double his pawns in F6. Okay, so he doesn't let me do that. Although this doesn't seem right though, because I get such good control over D5, and maybe I can even take on. Do I take on F6? Probably not actually. Taking on F6, he could just take here. And I don't like that I'm giving up my dark squared bishop. Just knight to d4 probably seems good. Knight to d4 or knight to d2? Hang up on that guy. I think knight d4 is the most principled, just keeping a piece in the center of the board. He can immediately challenge it. But then maybe I gang up on the e4 pawn like so. Just knight d2 here, I think. I'm gonna try and gang up on the e4 pawn. If he takes, I obviously take back with my bishop. His point is he wants bishop f5, yeah. Okay. I think this is a decent plan. He allows it. Because my light squared bishop is kind of dominated. It's a bad bishop because I have these pawns on light squares. So I'm thinking if I can trade this guy for that guy, that seems like a good short-term plan. So h3, and I'm gonna try and trade that off. Especially now because I get the open h file if he does. Okay, so I'm happy to see this though, because this means that my bishop gets some life. Where's my queen want to go? I think to c2. Just castles probably. Might even jump the knight. I'll jump the bishop back. Here though, I feel like taking is good because he gets stuck with that weak pawn on d6, right? This knight doesn't have much of a future down here. Maybe I try and swing it here. That seems more useful. I'm gonna do that. Knight to f1 and then knight to g3. And still, if he captures, I'm happy to take back my pawn instead. And after knight to g3, I might be threatening to play bishop f5 even. Potentially knight f5. Yeah, I'm not scared of that. Should I be? So I just play bishop c3. Seems like a useful move to have. Let's do that. Just opening up this file as well simultaneously. This queen can swing over there though. Maybe I should have been a bit more scared of it. Although in that case, I might be threatening to take here and take here. Unclear. I'm even threatening to take here and play bishop d7 actually. Okay. So c6 is defended now, so that's less enticing. Instead, I think I'm just going to continue with my original plan to play knight to g3. I'm not a huge fan of taking here, even though I do get to win a pawn. I think the dark squares around my king become super weak if I lose my dark square bishop. It's playing a pretty key role right now. Knight to f5 actually is looking better and better now that I think about it. Okay. Hmm. Really interesting. I definitely don't want to take. Maybe here I play bishop to d4, and if c5, I take there and take this pawn. I like that. Also, if he does capture, I want to take back my queen as opposed to my pawn and give him the open file. So that's kind of one of my points behind bishop d4 as well. As long as I can keep the c file, or preferably, if I can keep the c file closed and the b file semi-open, I think I'm doing just fine here. Okay, so here my plan was to take. Am I missing anything? Maybe I'm underestimating the potential of this kingside attack. Very possible. Although I might be a bit committed here. If I just push back, I don't like the activity he gets, so let's take. Do I take back with the pawn even? I don't think so. I'm gonna take with my rook next. Okay, so he takes back with his queen. That's a bit surprising actually. But okay, we take back with our rook now. And if I can get this bishop as a defensive resource on the queen side, I feel like I'm just chilling. Yeah, like so. Drop it back. If he moves there first, I'm gonna double rooks though. Okay. And his bishop a4 here. And I'm up a pawn. He does get some good activity. I can't imagine I'm worse here though. Maybe I am, but I can't. Doesn't seem like that's the case. I played knight takes e4. I think I can. Knight takes e4, queen there. I play rook takes. It gets messy, but I think I can. Anyway, we'll find out. Oh, that's his. Oh, the queen there. I just dropped my queen back, no? Could even let him take that, and I don't want it. I don't want to. Just move my king aside. It is really hairy though. If I can get my king to e2 and the rook over to d1, I feel like I'm pretty happy. Just can't run into any. Okay. Yeah, I was just gonna say can't run into any blunders there, but I think I can take here. Take queen d3 next. Or queen c2 even. I want to get a tempo against his queen, also move this rook to a bit of a defensive position. Would I be scared? Probably. But nah, I feel like I'm good. Now I want to bring my bishop over to this side instead. And we're gonna win this on time, I believe. In fact, I get a check and I can win his rook. Yeah, like so. And there are no more checks that he has, and I have f7, and he drops his queen. Cool, so it looks like we won that game against a 2390 no less, so that was a pretty wild game actually. Let's go through that. B3, um, just let's go to the analysis board too. Okay, I will save, I'll request a computer analysis, but I'll only look at that at the end of the game. I'll try and analyze this by myself first. So a6, I play c4, that is the main move. d4 here. So my point is, if queen takes f3, this is actually part of the course fight like Hikaru on Chessable. The point is, I'm on c6 and I'm also threatening to double his pawn here on f6, and he only addressed one of those threats. So for example, if bishop takes, then I likely play something like this and argue that his pawn structure is ruined even though he does have the bishop pair. So that was something that I was prepared to go into. Knight to e7 I didn't like as much. What was the best square? Here actually I wondered if knight fd2 would be good. But this... I didn't want to take here, I don't think, because I feel like pawn takes is just fine. But maybe I take again. And I am up a pawn here. Let's see, actually this is something I want the engine's opinion on. Knight fd2 would be better. Knight fd2 and bishop takes f6, is that good? That's not good, okay. Bishop, okay, so knight fd2 was better. I guess with the idea of ganging up on this pawn. He has to undermine my center. And I just play normal develop. But why is bishop e2 fine? Doesn't that just drop this? No, it doesn't, because e4 is hanging at the end of it. Oh no, even knight c3 here. Ah, I see. Oh, and this is quite nice actually, because I'm putting so much pressure over his center, and even though he's temporarily up a pawn, I get to develop my pieces so rapidly. Okay, that makes sense. Knight f5 anyways played. Knight d4, the move that I played. So this is still perfectly fine according to the engine. And here takes, and white has a solid, almost 1 point advantage. So the engine really likes g4 here. I did see g4, but I felt like it weakened so many squares around my king. I was a bit hesitant to play it. Bishop g6 and h4, I see. Oh, that's interesting, because after h6, I could play h5, I could just play quietly with queen c2, and I guess his pieces are really uncomfortable here. That makes sense. Anyway, so he castles, and bishop g4 is a mistake. It's a mistake because knight takes g4, h takes g4. I thought the open h file was good for me here, because bishop just drops back to g6, and I don't really have that much of an attack because bishop is such a good defensive piece. This knight f1 with the idea going to g3 was good, but he's in time just to stop my antics. The knight g3 here, or it gets pretty hairy though. I'm starting to see why this is better for black. Okay, but anyway, he doesn't take. He drops his bishop back, and I just develop. And yeah, in here, like down here, the same move, knight takes g4, would result in the same position as well. So I castle, and here en passant, and I guess I'm worse just because he can always take on g4. I guess he missed, like we both missed that on multiple occasions. Excuse me. Here I like bishop c3 just because it's a multi-purpose move. unleashes my rook as well as attacks his queen. And if he drops back this, bishop d4 is a mistake. Huh. Bishop takes f6 was best. I did not like this at all. Bishop takes f6, bishop takes f6. Yeah, I feel like black is the one who's playing for an advantage here. I'm in a very defensive position and he has all these open files. Yeah, the engine gives it roughly equal, maybe a slight edge to black, but I think this is much more comfortable play of black, especially with the bishop pair. Okay, but he plays c5, and c5 was the move that I wanted to see, because bishop takes queen. Here I was expecting bishop takes actually, just to keep his pieces aimed at my king. After which I would have still played rook takes d5. And I think I'm comfortably better here, but I think bishop takes was a better try. Okay. Rook takes. And here, yep, the engine likes my move too. Bishop d7. And, oh, not bishop a4, but just a4. Huh. That's interesting, because the point is I can park my bishop on b4 and these files are just completely closed down. I was a bit... I didn't see this at all, but if I did, I think I might have been scared off by this a little bit. Oh, although the knight is on g3 now, it defends h1. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. I play bishop a4. Still, the engine likes it quite a bit. It's about a +1 advantage-ish. Ooh, this is a mistake. This is a mistake. Oh, just because of queen a1 here. Yeah, I guess queen a1 was on the board at multiple occasions. After which I kind of have to play king d2. And yeah, this is just bad. Can I at least get that? No. And there's too much pressure. Pins all over the place. His queen is so active. These pawns are gonna go down like dominoes. Yeah. Okay, so queen a1 was missed by both sides. And bishop takes. This is the move that I did see. I thought that this was fine. Would have just queen... Yeah, queen back would have been good too. For me, that is. Just so that I can do f3. Okay, but this happened, and here I'm really happy. Queen c3, and I could shuffle back and forth a couple of times with my queen once he goes to a1 and c3 as well, but king d1 is the way to progress in the position. Just ask black what he's doing. He plays queen takes c4, and rook takes d6 is a mistake too. He can continue to abuse that pin. I mean, this is still better for white, just because I'm up a pawn. But I guess he has a lot of activity. Here he plays queen c3, and here I think this is just a matter of technique at this point, because I do have a winning advantage, and he runs out of checks real quick. Here I move my bishop to the defense of my kingside pawns, because I was concerned maybe about some queen h2 business in some lines. I just didn't want to give him that opportunity. I think here we were both low on time as well, so he had 10 seconds, I had 24. I think I made the right call. The c4, and that's basically all she wrote. The rest of the game isn't too worth going into, although one thing is beware the long-range bishop. Okay. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that game, and I will catch you tomorrow for the next one. See ya.